Welcome everyone, my name is Patrick. This is going to be the first video of the YouTube channel. We are out here at Lake Forest Golf Club in Ann Arbor this morning. It is a cool, wet November morning, so it should be interesting. A couple caveats just before we start the video. I'm about a 16-17 handicap, and we'll probably play as such, so a little bit more relatable probably to a good amount of you watching this. I typically play from like the white tees or the blues. I'm going to do the whites today. It's a little cooler. My max driving distance is like 230, 240, so I'm not crushing it by any means, which is why I typically play those, give myself a chance to actually score decent. So I will have some commentary over this. I don't think a whole lot of live commentary today unless anything crazy happens. So we'll get to it. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated as this is the first video, and let's see how we can do.
Alright everyone, Lake Forest Golf Club. This is a par 72 course, 36 front, 36 back. There are 2 3s and 5s, both on the front and back, with the rest being par 4s. All of these holes are fairly gettable in terms of yardage, especially with me playing from the white tees. However, it is a linksy style course and there is a little bit of danger if you are missing fairways. I've played here a few times before and it will hopefully show in some of my strategic plays on these shots. I'll be showing yardage as well as course hole layouts and my scores before and after each hole. Hole 1 is a 448-yard par 5 dogleg to the right. There is water on the right as well as fairway bunkers on the left and several greenside bunkers. We're taking driver off the tee. Why wouldn't we take driver off the tee? Let's get it. Yeah, and we're happy with that one. Hit it pretty pure, I think about 230, 240 down the middle. We'll like that. We should be able to lay up nicely from here. Second shot, we are about 224 out. I'm going to lay up. I don't have a 220 club. We're going 6 iron. Push this one a little bit right. We ended up about 60 yards out from the flag, just to the right. There is a little bunker to the right as well. We're going 58, just going to try and pitch it up there. Not too bad of a shot. We ended up about 20 feet. Didn't get enough spin on it, so 20-foot putt here for the birdie. One of those get in the field of the greens here, ended up 5 foot away for our par. Alright, so a par on the first, we are even through 1. Hole 2 is a par 3 playing 136 yards, slightly downhill. We are going with the 9 iron here, just going to try and float one in nice and close. Struck it pretty pure. The wind helped it a little bit to the left as well. In addition to my draw, we end up about 7 feet for the birdie putt. And just quiet leave it down beneath it. Really frustrating, but a nice tap and par to stay at even. So we remain even par through 2, on to number 3. Hole 3 is the first par 4 on the course. It plays 375 yards, fairway bunkers on either side, as well as greenside bunkers. We've got the big stick out again, hoping to get one nice down the middle. This second shot is sort of blind, so we want to get this as far out as possible. Again, made really nice contact that ended up, I think, about 240 out, leaving us with 147 in. I'm taking a 7 iron. Again, pured it. I've been having issues with my irons. I was happy with that one. We ended up about 7 feet for the birdie putt. Honestly, again, just left it low. Left myself a good 3 feet for par, so actually lined this one up because getting nervous here. And we sunk it. Alright, so we are all even through 3, all regulation pars. I'm really happy. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is also a par 4, playing 354 yards. The interesting thing about this hole is there is a Lion King-esque tree that plays right down the middle of the fairway. A little more room on the right, but also some room on the left, so I usually try and keep it right, but very cool hole design in general. We are once again taking driver, again just hoping to put one just right at that large tree you can see dead middle of the fairway. Honestly, striping our drives all day, another one really good. I put it right at the tree. A little short of it, but it's not in play. We're about 145 out. I am playing a 7-iron into the green. This is one, the wind was blowing left and I honestly didn't account for it. We ended up about 25 feet for our birdie putt, hoping to get it close from there.
To the left.
This is one of those putts, the moment you hit it, you know you got the line and you just didn't give it a chance. That was one of those. We got 4 feet for par. And I thought I had it. That's the first 3 putt of the day. Feels bad, lipped out, but we got our bogey.
Alright guys, I'm finally just having to wait for someone to tee off here at number 5. Played pretty well through the first 4, so that 3-putt obviously was not ideal. My approach shot, I honestly didn't really account for the wind, so we ended up like 25 feet left of the pin. First putt, I don't know, I didn't quite give it a run, left it like 4 or 5 feet short, and then just lipped out. I thought I had the par again, so 3 putts never feel good, but overall we're +1 through 4, going into pretty parable 4 stretch of holes, 5 stretch of holes really here. So we'll see if we can't keep it close to even. My goal I think would be probably to stay within like +4, +5 for the 9, given the trajectory we're at. So we'll see.
Hole 5 is another par 4, playing 344 yards. Not a whole lot of trouble on the tee shot, however a tee shot too far right or left will cut off your approach. There's one large greenside bunker on the right guarding the green. We're once again taking driver here. Normally wouldn't on this hole, but the way I'm striping it today, I figured I would be able to get one out there.
Really happy with how I'm driving the ball today, guys. I think all 4 of our drives today so far have gone a good 220, 230 with the cooler air. But I mean, dead down the middle, hitting fairways, so keep it up.
Got about 110 left. I'm taking my A-wedge. And welcome to Chunktown. So ended up in the greenside bunker, just absolutely chunky. Hit it maybe 85 yards. Not what you want to see. Nice PSA to make sure you replace your divots. So here we are out of the greenside bunker. I've got my sand wedge. It's a 52 degree. Not a lot of landing area, unfortunately, so did get it out, but kind of didn't get enough spin on it. It rolled just off the backside. We've got a putt off the fringe for our par. This was about 15 feet maybe. I was just trying to get it close here. Didn't want to run into double bogey territory. We just kind of misread it. Got the speed right, so a little bit of work left to save bogey here, about 4 feet. Really hoping to avoid the doubles in my game. That's a good bogey save. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So after 5, we are sitting +2. Let's move on to the second par 3 on the front. Number 6 is the shortest hole on the golf course, playing a measly 111 yards from the whites. There is not a whole lot of trouble, just a couple greenside bunkers if you do shoot over the back. Just taking a nice soft swing pitching wedge here, trying to get it in close. And I honestly could not see anything after I hit that. It felt good, which I think I say after the shot, but couldn't see it because of that sun, so we'll get up there and see how close.
No idea where that went. The sun was just in my eyes, so we'll see if we're close. Felt good.
So we ended up about 30 feet left and short, so just trying to get it in close. This is for birdie. Another one of those putts had the line, but left it about 7 feet short, unfortunately. Didn't give it a chance. and another par putt that lipped out. So feels bad again. 3-putting's never great. Didn't get in close, unfortunately, and that first putt just was not ideal. So we're out of there with a 3-putt bogey again.
Well, the 3-putt feels bad, but we're 30 feet out, so I just didn't give the first one a good run. So unfortunate.
Number 7 is a par 4 playing 306 yards. There are fairway bunkers left and right, as well as several greenside bunkers on the left. It is a dogleg left with a very thin landing area on the right. Pretty strong headwind on this hole. I went with driver, just trying to put it out there. Again, that on another day, I think I would have hit 240, 250. The wind just held it up, though. We ended up about 225 out. We had approximately 97 left, and I'm taking my approach wedge again. It's into the wind. This is another one of those I couldn't really see. Felt good, so ended up about 20 feet short, unfortunately, for the birdie. One of the better rolls. I had the pace, just didn't read it right, so 3 feet per par. And that's the third lipped out par in 7 holes, so I mean, about to break a club at this point.
That feels bad. It feels really bad.
Basically what earlier me said. Those are the ones that keep you up at night. Hole 8 is the shortest par 4 on the course, playing only 273 yards from the white. It is gettable, dogleg to the right, playing probably only closer to 230 directly if you choose to go over some trees guarding the green. There are several greenside bunkers as well that will punish you if you choose to be more aggressive with your tee shot. I went with 3-wood on this. The landing area to the edge of it is only about 220. There was a little bit of wind at the back, didn't account for it. Probably could have driven the green, but really nice contact, striked it. We actually ended up a little bit overshooting the fairway again. Nice little wedge in, 58 degree. We ended up about 9 feet for the birdie putt. I think this was one of my better birdie putts all day, honestly. Just needed another inch or two, had a nice little tap in par. Frustrating, but honestly, not a bad par. I'm okay with it. So with 1 left to play on the front 9, we are currently sitting 4 over par. Number 9 is the second par 5 on the front. It plays 504 from the white tees. There is water again lining the right side, very similar to the first hole, which actually lies opposite the water. A tee shot down the left side is your safest bet, and there is actually a shared fairway with number 18. Several fairway bunkers on the left that will punish you if you try and play it too safe from the water. We are taking driver here. Why wouldn't we? We've hit every fairway with it so far, so let's let it rip. Another one pretty clean. The wind was blowing a little bit against me here. We end up with 290 left. I'm going with 5-wood, just trying to get one up there within 100 yards. Really nicely hit. The wind unfortunately took it a little left. We end up in the rough with about 118 left. I've got a pitching wedge in hand. And I'm just really not sure where I was aiming on this one. You want to be aiming for that silo on the left, essentially. I was like 20 yards to the right. We end up way right in some mud. I've got a 58 degree here. Just kind of hit it chunky. Barely miss a bunker. Honestly got very lucky. We're taking our already 5th shot here. Little chip with the 52 degree. Just trying to get up and down for bogey at this point. Leave ourselves about 12 feet for our bogey putt. Not a terrible roll, just put it a little far. 3 feet for the double, and my worst nightmare comes true. Almost a double free round of 9, and we close out with a double on number 9. So rounding off the front 9 with a 42, 6 over par. We had 4 pars, 4 bogeys, and 1 double bogey. Let's see if we can beat that on the back 9. Number 10 is one of the longer par 4s on the course, playing 376 from the whites. Not a lot of trouble in the fairway, a little more narrow landing area, and several greenside bunkers to worry about with the approach shot. Did you guess driver? You were right. We're hitting the driver. Little wind at our back, really hoping to crush this one. And I got all of it. I thought the wind was really going to carry it. Honestly spent a good, 3 minutes looking for my ball here. Just could not find it. Turns out we were a little bit, just barely off the right in the rough. 120 left. I'm taking an 8. It's really down there, just trying to get it out. Released it low, it really rolled out. We ended up behind the green by a few yards. Got a little chip in with the 58 degree. Just left it barely short. We've got 7 feet for our par. Definitely not straightforward. And again, just missed it on the bottom side of the cup. Little tap in bogey. Not the worst, not the best. Moving on to 11. This is post-round Patrick, editing the video. I just want to give all of you a little graphic content warning here. There's some pretty bad shots that are about to happen these next couple holes. If you are easily offended by poor golf shots, I recommend you turn the video off for about the next 3 to 4 minutes and go get a nice cup of tea, make yourself a snack, take a little walk. Just don't want you to experience what I experienced here. Moving on to number 11, the first par 5 on the back. Plays about 480 yards from the whites. That's about it. It's very narrow. No bunkers. It's narrow. Remember 2 minutes ago when I was saying how confident I was with the driver? Let's just put that aside for a second. Watch this. Yeah, you hate to see it. We just right off the heel, pretty much off the hosel. Maybe 100 yards left in the rough. Not a good start. Got 340 left. I'm taking a 6-iron, just trying to get back in play here. Really clean contact. Overshot the fairway a little bit. We're playing back and forth here, just ping-ponging. On the right side, we've got 190 left. I'm taking a 7. Didn't have a great view at the green, so just trying to get myself close for a pitch. We got 60 yards in, 58 degree. Put it pretty far. We've got 20 feet for par here. Just trying to get close, get up and down for my bogey. Honestly, just kind of a misread. We end up 5 feet to the right. This is for bogey. And again, just missed low of the hole. Didn't even rim it. We've got a little tap and double, and I'm not feeling too good about myself right now.
Well, guys, it's a bogey, double bogey start to the back, and how I'd like. Number 10 just had a really good drive, ended up just barely in my cup for a test. 11 there at par 5, just my first bad drive, just my first miss hit for the day, really, with my driver. So we have a nice 2-iron shot par 4 here, so let's see if we can turn it around.
Spoiler alert, turn it around, we could not. Anyways, moving on to number 12, one of the most unique, if not the most unique holes on the course. It's a par 4 playing only 289 yards. However, your tee shot only can carry about 140 at most. It's about a 90-degree dogleg to the left, leaving you with a good 140, 150-yard approach shot over just a whole area of long grass that is just dead. This is probably my least favorite hole to play, but also one of the most fun holes. I've lost a lot of balls. I've given a lot back to the course here, and we may be heading that way. We'll see. Got an 8-iron because of the wind here. Playing right into it. And honestly, it's similar to the drive on last hole. We just hit it, just terrible shot to left. 140, 150 left with the 6, thick rough, and that thing, I was just never going to get it over. Into the deep stuff. We dropped for 4 in the drop area. This is 4, trying to get up and down for bogey. Just left one short there. Got maybe 12 feet left for our bogey. And honestly, not a terrible roll. Left it low of the hole yet again, but tapping in for double bogey, and it just feels bad. I try to eliminate the penalties from my round, and that hole just always gets me. I want you to take 10 seconds. Imagine you're in a field, surrounded by butterflies, unicorns prancing around, rainbows and sunshine. Alright, let's reset. No more doubles, no more penalties. Let's get it. On to number 13, the first par 3 on the back 9. This is another short one, playing only about 120 yards from the whites. There's one greenside bunker on the front right that you gotta carry. Otherwise, not a whole lot of trouble here. taking a 9, just very easy. There's a bunker you got to clear, a little bit of wind here. We honestly thinned it, didn't get very much loft, barely cleared the bunker here, got really lucky, just rolled up onto the green. Got maybe 25 feet left for our birdie. And honestly, not a bad roll. Got to tap in for the par. You know what? I took the par here. I admittedly hit it off the pin. I was in a huge rush. A guy was letting me play through. It's out of season, doesn't count towards my handicap. I took the par. If you guys want to mark it as a bogey, go ahead. I'm right in par. Made me feel better. We're back on track. Let's get it. On to hole number 14, a 360-yard par 4. Only really catch to this tee shot is there's an interesting island of rough in the middle that takes about 200 yards to clear. Usually don't have an issue with it, but definitely can get you in trouble with your approach if you're not carrying that. 3 greenside bunkers, fairly straightforward approach shot, nothing too crazy here. We've got the big stick back out. A little nervous for this one, not gonna lie. First one since that miss hit on 11, so just hoping to hit one out there straight. Whoa, bam, and he did it. We left ourselves about 130 yards in. Got an 8-iron. Just trying to float this one up there. The wind's starting to get really nasty here. A lot of right to left. Pretty much what happened with the ball there. I mean, I was just right of it, and it just floated left side of the green. We got 20 foot left for our birdie. Again, not a terrible roll. 3 feet for par. Good distance on the first one. And back-to-back pars. Really happy to get out of there with the regulation par.
Alright, boys, 2 pars in a row. Trying to rush these last 2 holes because the gentleman let me play through. So, yeah, we're back on track, hopefully, from that rough start to the back. So let's see if we can keep it going.
So after those back-to-back pars on 13 and 14, we are somehow still only 5 over through 5 after that just abysmal start to the back. We've got 4 holes left, a couple really fun ones coming up here. Hole 15 is another short par 4 playing 328 yards from the white tees. This is one that if you can carry it 260, 270, you can go straight at it over the left trees. I cannot. This is one where really a layup shot 210, 220 to the right will leave you a nice 115, 120 into the flag, and it's definitely the safe play. At this point, the wind is just blowing like crazy. It's going left to right on this hole. I'm aimed a good 15, 20 yards left. Got a 3-wood, trying to play at 220 there, just have it come back into the fairway. Really solid contact. Wind took it right back where I wanted. We ended up dead middle of the fairway.
Well, the wind is here. It's pretty impressive. I don't know if you guys can see the trees and stuff behind me, but well, it's not as impressive as yeah, pretty windy. It's like a club, pretty much up, down, aiming 20 yards left, 20 yards right, so we're making it work now.
Got about 122 left in with our pitching wedge here. Did it pretty clean, pulled it a little bit left, just barely cleared a greenside bunker on the left here, just came a little short on the fringe. Got a little putter chipper here. Again, really good distance, just kind of a misread. Left myself 4 feet for the par. Really should be getting up and down from here. Look at that flag just blowing. And that's just, honestly, it's just a push. I second guessed my read there, just pushed it. Tap in for the bogey. Wah wah. Hole number 16. It's another par 4. Plays about 413 yards. I really don't like this hole. I don't. It just feels long. You hit a good drive, you still got a good 150, 160 in. That's not fun. Got driver, hitting this one into the wind too on an already long par 4, so just trying to send it. Honestly, really good contact on this one too. The wind just, I mean, it held it up like 30 yards. We've still got a good, I don't know, 200 yards in. I'm trying to take a 5-wood here. I was waiting forever to hit this shot because the 2 ladies on the green, and just right into the ground. Just pounded it in the ground. Maybe rolled 100 yards. I've got an 8-wedge. 100 yards. Hit it really nicely. Landed this one probably 8 feet from the pin, just left. Pin high. This is for the par. And honestly, that one felt great. I think that's the first like 5+ footer I made all day. Great up and down. Really happy with that par. Hole 17, second par 3 on the back. Last par 3 of 18. It's the only really long par 3. This one plays 172 from the whites. Got the wind going on here still too. I'm playing a 5-iron. Hit it okay. Came out a little low. Little right. So we're just right at the green. A little short. I've got a 58. Little 10-yard pitch shot here. Trying to get up and down. I mean, the wind even carried the chip shot. That's how bad the wind is. The wind just carried it to the right. Got 8 feet for par.
Dude, the wind, it's like a 10-yard chip. The wind even carried that. That's how
Just talking about the wind and how it carried the chip shot. Here's the par putt. Did I lip it? I don't know. I think I lipped it. 3 feet for the bogey. Flag going crazy. Gotta go with the bogey. I was very scared of that putt if you couldn't tell. Just gave it a nice little taparoo. The home stretch. We are, I believe, +7 through the first 8 on the back. What would that make us? +13 overall. Check my math. I think that's right. Seeing if we can get in here with a par. That'd be great. Shoot an 85 and tie my previous record. Let's see what we can do. Number 18, the longest hole on the course. This one plays 539 from the whites. It is indeed a par 5 if you did not guess that already. This shares the fairway with number 9, if you remember me talking about that. There's several fairway bunkers on the right and left that are guarding your tee shot, so you want to make sure you put it in between. It's a pretty wide fairway landing area. Going to play long today with the wind coming back at us. As you get closer to the green, there is a creek about 100 yards out and some water on the right. That can get you in trouble with your approach shot. Makes it really hard to go for it in 2 if you do have the distance. I, of course, do not. Look at those arms. It's not happening. We're laying up. Let's see what we can do, see if we can get away with the par. 540, into the wind. We're taking driver. Why wouldn't you take driver? See what we can do. This one came off. This is my first kind of real hook for the day. I mean, the wind was coming back at me too. Put it left. I ended up on one of the short tee boxes actually, so 5-wood from that. Hit it pretty well. Again, the wind is just taking it right to left, so here we are in the rough on the left. Got about 166 left. I've got a 6-iron. Didn't come out exactly how I wanted it. Just left of the green. In some mud.
Just didn't get quite a hold of it. Looks like we should be just left a little chip up and down.
Thanks, live me. Here we go. Little 58 chirper. We got it out, a little short. Left ourselves a good 10 to 12 feet for the par to get up and down. Get in with an 85. Look at that wind. That's insane. And honestly, the putt of the day, really. Very happy to end on that. We got a little corny fist bump coming. Yep, look at that.
Guys, it's a nice up and down to end on. So that those 2 approach shots were not great. Nor was the tee shots. That's a good par. Overall, not too bad. We had a bad start to the back, but kind of cleaned it up there at the end. Pretty good front overall. So just got to cut out the 3-putting and those hits.
Well, there you have it, everyone. We're able to get in with a par on 18. That puts us at 7 over for the back, coming in at a 43, 85 for the day. That is 13 over, tying my previous personal best of 85. I did have an 82 the other day unofficially off season, but you know what? Still happy with the 85. Pretty good for my handicap, coming in at a net 70 based on the course here. Really just have to clean up some of the 3-putts, some of those short games. We're going to reflect on that here in the outro. I'll let live me take it over from here. Thanks for watching.
All right, everyone. Well, that wraps it up. Could have been better. Yeah, could have been worse, absolutely. I mean, overall, a pretty typical round for me, I would say. We ended up shooting a 6 over on the front with par being 36, so shot a 42 there. And then coming in on the back, ended up shooting 7 over, which honestly, after the way we started off, we were 5 over through the first 3. I thought it was going to be much worse, so made a pretty good rally actually. Ended up shooting a 43 on the back, so 85 overall, which prior to yesterday actually would have tied my best score. I ended up shooting an 82 yesterday actually, which is now my new record. Basically just kind of cut out the 3 putts, cut out some of those little issues with the short game, the approach shots, the chips. I feel like my driving's in a pretty good spot. I feel like my long irons could use a little bit of work, but it's really just around the green where I could really cut down some strokes. My goal is going to be to break 80 either end of this year still, might get out for a few more rounds. It's November in Michigan, so we'll see, but definitely next year trying to get down to single digit handicap if possible. So anyways, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. It'll be a little slow over the winter months here, but wanted to get into a little bit of the golf YouTube game and see how it goes. So anyways, let me know feedback. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys hopefully in another video.